What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Code, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Manchester United 5, LASK 0. First dominating victory like that in a closed game environment and this empty stadium, although there were a few people there. Manchester United come out and dominate and thrash LASK 5 goals to 0. Look, it wasn't the greatest of performances, but we were very, very good for going forward. And defensively, we left them nothing to do. They didn't have a shot on target the entire game. So in order with that, very professional, we've done our job, and we've basically guaranteed our spot into the next round of the Europa League if it is to happen. So great news, great play. Clearly the better side here. There's nothing to really say about that. We were clearly the better side going into this, and we were the better side on the night. So great performances all around from Manchester United. Before we get started, like, subscribe for 5 goals for Manchester United. We're only 3 away from 20, so that would be really good to achieve. And 5 goals is very impressive. It's not every day we see 5, but we're seeing it a lot more often than we usually do. We'll get into the player ratings. We'll keep this short because at the end of the day, this game was important, but there's not really much to say. There was no fans there, so it was a bit strange to watch. But overall, I think Manchester United were clearly levels above them, and we played well tonight as well. Like, there's no disrespect to LASK, but we played so much better, so we deserve that win 100%. We'll go into the player ratings. We will start off with Romero. I think Romero gets a 6 with his performance. Nothing. I don't remember him ever making a save because I'm pretty sure LASK never hit the target. So you can't give him more than that. You can't give him less than that either, because it's just he had nothing to do. He probably didn't even need to be there, to be honest. Brandon Williams, I'm also going to give a 6. I thought Brandon Williams had a pretty good game, but it was very, very shaky, and a lot of times put himself in unnecessary trouble. But his defense was good, and he's playing a new position that he has played before, but not really for the first team all that often. So yeah, playing at the right back, because Dalot and Wan-Bissaka obviously didn't play. He did alright for his first game, and I'm looking forward to seeing more out of him. Going to Eric Bailly. Look, in my opinion, Eric Bailly probably could have got man of the match if the centre-backs had more to do, but unfortunately they barely had anything to do. So I'm going to give him a 7 because he was superb tonight. Didn't put a foot wrong at all, cleared the ball, fast passes, everything. And I think he was definitely the best centre-back of the night, but still, he gives us a lot of things that we don't get with Victor Lindelof and Maguire together. We get pace, we get recovery tackles, we get good defending, and at the end of the day, that's all we want from our defence. And another solid performance, and it's good to have a little bit of rotation. So hopefully we'll see Victor Lindelof against Spurs, then we can see Eric Bailly again, and we'll just keep rotating the team in that sort of way to give a lot of players rest. Speaking of rest, someone that never gets rest, Harry Maguire, also gets a 7, but obviously I think Eric Bailly was the better centre-back. With Harry Maguire, again, didn't have much to do, but he went forward, got his headers up, and nearly scored a goal, so you have to give him a 7 for that. And Luke Shaw as well also gets a 7. Made a very beautiful pass that, if only Mata finished it, would have been another cracking assist for Luke Shaw, but nevertheless, it is what it is, and made some very good challenges. A pretty dumb yellow card, but it was necessary, to be fair. Other than that, what did he do wrong? Nothing. So congratulations for Luke Shaw on another good game. 7, yeah, that's fine. Going into the midfield, we got Fred. Fred was amazing today. I'm going to give Fred an 8. Not quite my man of the match, but definitely up there for a lot of people as well as myself. Didn't do anything wrong. He was superb tonight, as he usually is, and I just think that this opposition didn't really give much of a threat to us, so I think everybody had a very, very strong shout for a good game, and Fred was one of those as well. He got a cracking assist to Juan Mata. That's cut the entire team in half. Of course, LASK defense wasn't great, but that pass had to be made in order to score. So congratulations for assist for Fred, and another stat to add to your already amazing tally. Fantastic season so far. We'll move on from that. Scott McTominay gets a 7. I was going to give, honestly, I'm changing my mind. Scott McTominay also gets an 8 because the guy has come back from injury, and I think he was probably better than Fred tonight, but just because Fred got the assist, people would say that Fred was better. Either they were both so superb, and another strong game from both of them will end up giving us more of a chance in bigger games to see them play and grow their chemistry again like they did before. And this was a very solid example of that. Bruno Fernandes also gets an 8. He commands opportunities. He demands opportunities. And when he gets the ball, there's often an opportunity being made. So many opportunities created from him alone. And he did get an assist to Ighalo's first goal. So congratulations for that assist. Again, he does so much, not necessarily with his on ball, as good as he is on the ball, it's off the ball that he's made so much of a difference. Not necessarily with his movement, but other people's movement when he gets the ball. He's been superb, and the players really make runs for him. Look at Ighalo's run. Daniel James made a lot of runs, even a really good pass to Luke Shaw. 8's a fair score, and it was a beautiful game. It was just a beautiful game, and he was definitely part of that. So you got to give him his respect in that respect. And they're going into the attackers. Juan Mata gets, I think Mata gets a 7. I know he scored, but besides his it's tempting. Maybe 7.5. With Mata, he scored with a cracking pass from Fred. Very clinical finish right there, going into the opposite corner, gave the keeper no chance whatsoever. And he's made some really good passes. I don't think he got an assist, but he definitely should have deserved one, in my opinion. With Mata, it's the same things. He's not a winger, so I don't think he deserves an 8 or anything like that, because he didn't necessarily play his position a whole lot. But he did very good, and Mata in the Europa League is a special kind of player, because against the slower teams, he can make a pass, he can make things happen, he can create opportunities as good as everybody else can, or as one of the best on our team. With Bruno and Mata, one is faster and a bit more in his prime, and the other one is slowly declining. And but they're both really solid, magical players, and they can create something out of nothing. So it's important to play Mata in cup games, in my opinion. So I'm glad that happened. And the left wing, obviously Daniel James gets a 7 as well. I think Daniel James finally gets his goal. It's about time he got his goal. And it was a good goal. A lot of people would have said you should have passed it, but I think the confidence to take it on himself. The keeper wasn't very good today. I think the keeper's just a little bit out of his depths, I guess, playing a team like Manchester United. That's just my opinion, the way he played today. And James took advantage, put it into the left corner. Keeper didn't even go for it. A goal for Daniel James. He had very solid plays, and I think 7's fair. I don't want to give him anything above that, because I don't think it was quite that type of man of the match quality today compared to everybody else. But very solid performance. And Ighalo for me gets a 9. Smash a like if Ighalo was your man of the match. Subscribe if Ighalo was your man of the match. A goal and an assist, dominating play. Should have had 2 goals and 2 assists. Fantastic performance from Ighalo. He scored in every start, hasn't he? He's been very solid. He's done exactly what we wanted him to do coming into this club. So he doesn't deserve any criticism. He definitely deserves his praise. And hopefully another good game will come out of him against Spurs. 5-0, and a lot of that had to do with him. A lot of things went through him. His strength and his touch today was magical. His first goal was amazing. His second goal, it wasn't a goal, but it hit the post, and it should have been a goal. But at the end of the day, shots like that happen. It was close, but it just hit the post and went out. It's nothing you can do about that. Got to move on. And yeah, that's that's all I really have to say in terms of the starting lineup. Let's go to the bench because there were two bench scorers here today. We'll start off with Chong. Chong came on, the newly re-signed Heath Chong, and I'm going to give him a 6. I don't think he did anything special. Probably should have got a couple free kicks that didn't go his way. But other than that, didn't do much. With Chong, I think it's a loan spell that has to happen next. But whatever happens with him, I'm just happy that he's still here. When it all pretty much was lost with Chong, we managed to get him to commit his future, which is something very hard to do for most players. But he did it, and hopefully it works out for both parties. Andreas Pereira came on. Andreas Pereira scored the last goal, and I know the goal was a bit lucky. Goalkeeper just saved it into the net. But you have to shoot those shots in order for those goals to go in. So Andreas Pereira thought he could take advantage of the goalkeeper. He even pointed at, like, you know, it was a good shot because he knew the goalkeeper was probably not mentally there anymore. And he took advantage of that and he scored a goal. So that was a beautiful goal. Arguably one of the goals of the season just because of how far he shot it from. But at the end of the day, the goal, it didn't mean much. This game and the series is already over. But I think for Andreas, that's going to mean a lot to him. So very well done for him. And Mason Greenwood, oh, by the way, Andreas gets a 7 for the goal. And Mason Greenwood also would get a 7. Now, that goal was delightful. Heath Chong also got an assist, by the way. So I might give Heath Chong a 7 and Mason Greenwood a 7. All substitutions get a 7. A beautiful goal, hit both posts. Mason Greenwood, I think you could arguably say he's frustrated. He hasn't been playing a lot in recent times. But it didn't take him long to show why he should be playing. So for anybody, any of the management, that's a message for you that Mason Greenwood wants to play. So give him some game time already, man. Come on. He's only getting 10-minute substitutions off the bench was meant to be just for the start of the season. He's proven he's more than just a 10-minute option off the bench. Come on, give him some more game time. Give him the game time he deserves, because trust me, you're missing out on a lot of good goals that potentially couldn't be scored unless he was the one shooting them. Anyway, that's all we had to say about the game itself. An empty stadium wasn't the best game in viewership wise to watch. There was no fan support, no cheering, a couple of claps here and there. Of course there was officials and all of that were cheering management and everything. You could hear everything the players were saying. It's just not, I don't know, it's not ideal, but I think it's just something we're gonna have to get used to as fans, as players, as the season goes on, and hopefully it does go on and it continues, because the last thing I want is football to be cancelled. But if it is going to have to be cancelled, it's obviously for a good cause and a good reason. So we've got to be very mindful of what's to come in the future. So whether the Europa League gets suspended or cancelled or not, we've given us a good chance here to qualify into the next round. Clearly, I think there's no way we lose against LASK 5-0 at home. But we've given ourselves a very good opportunity to win this competition if it still manages to be around. So we have to give it the respect it deserves until said otherwise. So Manchester United, very professional, job done. Bruno commands once again. Ighalo steals the show, and we've done very well here. This is just another step in the right direction for Manchester United. Another win, another clean sheet. We go again. And Tottenham is the next game. Now, Tottenham, that game might not even be played. There was notifications coming out during the game that Leicester feel like some of their players might have the symptoms of the coronavirus or whatever. Or whatever their symptoms are, I'm not sure. But that's just another thing that we got to keep in mind. If Leicester City players have it, then for sure the Premier League's getting suspended, because Leicester can't play. That's pretty unfair for one team to not be able to play their games, and also other teams that have to verse them, which is us. So yeah, we've got big problems arise, and hopefully everything's safe with Leicester. Hopefully the Premier League can continue, even if it is behind closed doors, and hopefully the same with the Europa League as well. Wolves and Olympiacos are currently playing at the moment, so that's a big talking point with Olympiacos owner also having the coronavirus. So yeah, look, there's a lot of people that's just not safe enough to be playing this game. It is something that people need to understand, and hopefully everything will be sorted with that. I want to thank you all for watching. Not a longer video compared to my other match reviews, but I don't know, to be honest, there wasn't really much to talk about. This was very professional, very job done type thing. Manchester United were clear favourites. I would be more excited, but I think we all expected something like this, and it was very good, and it was very enjoyable. But you know, the fans kind of not being there sucked a little bit of the life out of the game. But we deserved it, and hopefully we go again against Tottenham at Old Trafford. I want to thank you all for watching. Stay safe. This is the Sports Code. Like and subscribe, and peace.